Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Open TV Nigeria, Facebook, Open TV Nigeria, and Instagram, Open TV_Nigeria. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. With this, I can say misplacement of priority, selfish interest, and then some people trying to hijack the leadership of ZDA. All these factors inclusive. I told you from my own introduction that I'm once the chairman of Chairman Tafabale Metropolis Youth Organization. You know, we have different wards in Tafabale, so all the youth leaders from all the wards, we came together and then we vote for one person to become our leader. So I was once that leader, the chairman of chairman. We call it the chairman of chairmen, Tafabale Metropolis. And then in 2018, when Galla came on board, you can recall by the 2019 Limzar, the 2018 Limzar was so very smooth. Despite the challenges he encountered, there was a lot of challenges that Galla has to go to DSS office, sign undertaking that the Limzar is going to be peaceful and then without any chaos, without any problem, and then he signed that undertaking. And then we begin to ask him who were the people trying to kind of sabotage his effort, in which he could not unveil the names of those people. But we discovered that there are some forces that were behind all the challenges he faced during the 2018 Limzar. But it might also interest you to know that in the 2019 Limzar, that's when the entire problem began to surface. When the first edition of the invitation card of Limzar came up, when there was no Gunzar in the card. Later on, they put Gunzar in the card, but not in an appropriate position. Later on, they put in the card saying that he's a traditional father, which we have never heard of that title before. He's supposed to be in the royal fathers, but they say a traditional father. So from there, you know that people, suspicious and other things begin to come up. That why would Galla now put Gunzar as a traditional father, not as a royal father? And then we heard that there was also a move that Gunzar would not even be given chance during the Limzar to say a word. There was also that agitation. So our people begin to call Galla that he should come and explain. In fact, I was at the meeting when the entire card was about to be cancelled. We said that card that Galla produced during 2019 Limzar, we said that those cards should be destroyed, because Gunzar was not placed on his own appropriate position in the card. But later on, there was this understanding that we resolved that let the Limzar hold and let the cards, continue to go on circulation. And then from there, we begin to hear some informations that, some people, they don't want Gunzar. Some people, they don't want Ishaku Komo as Gunzar, that he should be removed, that he was not officially confirmed by the government, that there is need for due process. You understand, all sort of vocabularies begin to emanate in our land, begin to come up in the issue of our chiefdom. I think that is the genesis of the problem that the entire land begin to have with Galla. 2020, I was elected as the Zayoda chairman Tafabale branch on the 19th of October 2019, and I was sworn into office on the 10th of November 2019. So, coming to this 2020, by January, in December 2019, there was a group that was formed. In that group, there are 2 ZDA officials in that group, and other members of ZDA are also in that group. They call it Peace Ambassadors. That Peace Ambassadors held a meeting in Abuja, and then coming back home, they said they were given a mandate. And what was that mandate? That mandate was that they should go round from village to village, meeting all the kings in our villages and enlighten people that the issue of Gunzar is a bygone issue. That is one. Two, that Gunzar was elected not in due process. Due process was not followed when we selected Gunzar. And the third issue was that all people should remain calm, that a new move will come out in order to see how we will actualize our chiefdom, but not with Ishaku Gomo as Gunzar. That was what the disciples were moving around from villages to villages, deceiving people that it was the decision of the land. And then, to the best of my knowledge, I was still the Zayoda chairman, Tapa Balewa. I consult my Zayoda national leader in person of Comrade Gala Daniel, and then he told me that he don't have any knowledge of what they were saying. So, to our great dismay, in January 2020, this year, there was a serious meeting between that peace ambassadors and then the people of the so-called Zaure Babogonto, which they were dissolved almost a decade ago by former ZDA President Bibi Bukar in the Congress, when all the atrocities were mentioned, and the Congress unanimously agreed that they should be dissolved, and they were dissolved. So I was just sitting at home, and I received a phone call that Zaure Babogonto and the peace ambassadors are holding a meeting at Nahuta Primary School. That the aim of the meeting was to see how they will also choose another Gunzar. In hearing that, another phone call also entered that youth are there and there was going to be a problem. Let me just say there was a crisis at the venue. Youth were saying that meeting will not hold, while the peace committee who were backing the Zaure Babogonto were saying that the meeting must hold. So in reaching there, I have to reach there. I left all I was doing and I head for Nahuta Primary School. In reaching there, I saw a group of youth, in the other way, in the other camp, and then the peace ambassadors in the other camp. It's as if the place was about to catch fire. And I summoned all the two groups. I said, what was happening? Can somebody narrate or can somebody explain what is going on? They told me that Zaure Babogonto and the peace committee are having a meeting and these youths came, they want to disrupt the meeting. I said, what was the purpose of the meeting? Nobody could tell me the reason of the meeting. I said, for that reason, I don't want to see anybody in this vicinity. Everybody should leave that place. In fact, the Folmi Ibrahim, the former Zayoda president, was also there. I told him that I don't want to see anybody. That is how everybody left the vicinity. I just asked them, is Zaure Babogonto now an official body in Zarland? They say yes. I say I'm not aware. Nobody has informed me that they are an official body in Zarland. As far as I'm concerned, they were dissolved and they remain dissolved. Then later in the evening, to our great dismay, we saw a letter of reinstatement of Zaure Babogonto by the ZDA president, signed by the ZDA president Iswagalla and Malam Bagudu, the secretary of ZDA. Then we were asking, when was this decision taken for reinstating the Zaure Babogonto? Now, in the content of the letter, I learned that they wrote there that during the first quarter meeting, it was there that they decided and they resolved to reinstate the Zaure Babogonto. To my surprise, I was in that Congress. Something of that nature was not discussed. From there, people begin to lose confidence on the ZDA president. We call some of the ZDA chairmen of other branches, they say they are not aware of this resolution. Even some escorts in the ZDA, they say that they don't even know who actually reinstated them. We should ask Galla. We called Galla, and then Galla told us that he did that single-handedly. And then he called his secretary to sign the document of the reinstatement of Zaure Babogonto. As I said earlier, from there, the entire youth of Tafawa Balewa begin to lose confidence on Galla. Because as a learned and civilized people, there is no way just the chairman or the president and his secretary will just decide for the entire land by reinstating the Za'Ar Ngwanto. I was opportune to also read from the article written by the former ZDA president, that is Pharmacy Bibi Bukar. He said that he was not consulted and Galla could not call them to inquire from them the reason why Za'Ar Ngwanto were dissolved. And then he decided to act single-handedly by bringing them. Without write-up, we discovered that Galla was trying to sabotage the effort of the former ZDA president who have served before him. And then from there we say no. Za'Ar land cannot be mortgaged by an individual. Za'Ar land is bigger than every association. Za'Ar land is bigger than every group. Za'Ar land is bigger than an individual. So if there's anything, let it be a collective decision, not just one person deciding for the entire land. Now we have two councils in the land. We have the Council of Gunzar, and now Galla have reinstated the Za'Ar Ngwanto. From there, the crisis continue. From Za'Ar Ngwanto, we saw on the social media Za'Ar Ngwanto Youth Wing. That is creating another faction for Zayoda. From there we say no, we will not allow that. We will fight it to the end, because we sense that some people want to bring disunity into Za'Ar land. By bringing and restating Za'Ar Ngwanto, automatically the Za'Ar land is divided. We say no. Whosoever is behind this does not mean well for Za'Ar land, and therefore we will stand to fight it with the last drop of our blood.
Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Open TV Nigeria, Facebook, Open TV Nigeria, and Instagram, Open TV_Nigeria. Many thanks for watching.